You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. LSU landed Lamar Brown, but Lamar Brown wasn't the only major commitment that LSU landed on Wednesday. De'anthony Lafayette, another edge prospect out of the state of Florida, picked LSU. Is interesting because this is one that Shea Dixon was with us earlier in the week. We talked a little bit about De'anthony Lafayette, and this was a guy who doesn't really fit the profile, right? He's just over 6 foot tall, right about 6'1", a little bit of a smaller prospect, but LSU went and saw him camp and play, and they offered. And I say it often, but you look at a guy, not necessarily his star rating or his ranking, look at who has offered. And when you see LSU and Miami and Oklahoma and Florida and Mississippi State and other Power Fives, Penn State, you go, okay, well, clearly there's something there. And LSU got busy. They went, recruited him. Blake Baker, incidentally, was the primary recruiter here, not Kevin Peoples, the edge coach. And Blake Baker got it done. I'll continue to say, at that position in particular, I think edge this year is almost as important in adding numbers as linebacker was a year ago. Remember, LSU added 5 linebackers in the class of 2025. You know, Harold Perkins is moving to star, and he'll be gone after next year. Whit Weeks very likely is going pro. West Weeks will be out of eligibility. So you're losing those guys, which means going into 2026, you're going to have Devon Keys, Tylen Singleton, and then the 5 guys you just signed. Zach Weeks, Keelan Moses, this class, C.J. Ross, this class of linebackers that you just signed for 2025 as second-year players. So you'll have numbers, but you're not necessarily going to have great depth right there. So I would say it's similar with the edge position, because you've got right now the 3 veterans you added. You've got a really good young player in Gabe Relaford, who had a fantastic freshman season. But after that, you're talking about Kalaj Cobbins, who redshirted, Damian Shanklin, who's coming in as a true freshman this year. We'll see what role he might be able to play as a freshman. But remember, you lose Savion Jones, you lose Braden Swinson. Your numbers, you lose Parashand. Your numbers thin out. You fortified it this year in 25 with the portal guys, but all those portal guys are gone after 25. So it's going to be difficult to get some of these young guys experience, but then you also need numbers. So when I look at it and you go, okay, well, Lamar Brown is now part of the class, and you add a guy like De'anthony Lafayette, who's part of this class as well now for LSU, and you start looking around, it makes sense what they're doing here, building numbers in the 2025 class as well, on top of the really talented players that they need, like guys like Lamar Brown, who were at the top of the class for LSU. Trenton Henderson, the edge that they got out of Pensacola during the week of the 4th of July. I mean, that's Lamar Brown, Trenton Henderson. You've added De'anthony Lafayette as well. Jamarian Carlton's going to make his announcement later on Thursday, although it's not expected that he's going to pick LSU. He's expected to pick Baylor. So the point being, you got to get numbers, and you're adding numbers there in a variety of skill sets. We've got 2 5-stars, and Trenton Henderson, Lamar Brown. You can afford to take a prospect that maybe feels like he's a rising prospect here in De'anthony Lafayette, where you need numbers at that position. Look, you're going to have your big, strong side, setting the edge run stuffers, and then you're going to have your faster, more agile, mobile pass rushers. And that maybe is what a guy like De'anthony Lafayette fits in and fits the mold there. So out of Orlando, Florida, had a lot of Power 5 offers, a 3-star, and we'll see what the ratings look like by the time you get to National Signing Day for 2020, for December of 2026. But this is a guy that LSU identified, that Blake Baker identified as someone they wanted. And now as a 3-star, the number 699 prospect nationally, the 67th best edge. He's committed to LSU, and the Tigers still do have the highest average rating among their commitments for the class of 2026. There's 15 commits for LSU right now, but man, there are 15 guys that are all players, and LSU continues to rise up these rankings. They are right now at 4th in the national ranking for the 2026 class. So we'll continue to see how that number may climb as LSU continues to add commitments. They're now up to 16 with the 2 additions today with Lamar Brown and De'Anthony Lafayette. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.